and my white counterpart may have the same opportunity to get the same job. However, whites are hired at triple the rate, and blacks for the same position with equal and qualifying credentials.
Is it easier for a white person or a black person to get into college?
Can I respond? That's very subjective and arbitrary. I would tell you, for me, going to college was difficult from just based on from what I came from in my background.
Right, so the standards for a black person are lower than for a white person.
Correct.
That's affirmative action. So wouldn't
Correct.
that be like black privilege, not white privilege?
No, affirmative action was created because
Not why it's created, but answer the question. Isn't it easier for a black individual to get in University of Florida than a
we
white
can't
individual?
understand the context. How can I answer the question?
We could talk the context. Just answer the question. Is it easier for a black person or a white person with test scores to get in the University of Florida?
I'm not sure. Like I said, that's a subjective and arbitrary. What I wanted to say about affirmative action, it was created because, same thing with DEI, it was created because people of color who qualified to go in these universities were denied simply because of their skin tone, which is why they created affirmative action. It is disingenuous to not acknowledge.
That's why we created the Civil Rights
creation of
Act, not the affirmative action. So those are three different things, right? Civil Rights Act, affirmative action, DEI, three different things. Why does that matter? Number one, because I want a qualified airline pilot, not a person of color airline pilot.
Understood.
So you agree. But number two, there's only so many airline pilots jobs. So when you say we want 40%, by definition, then you have to discriminate against a certain group to get another group to advance, right?
Understood.
Because there's not unlimited amounts of spots for airline pilots or air traffic control or surgeons or whatever position. So when you say that we want to have a quota, that then you have to say we're not going to prioritize a certain group. Let me tell you what I believe, and maybe you might actually agree with it, because I think you do. What we believe as conservatives is that skin color really doesn't matter that much. We care about character and merit. We want a country built on what you bring to the table, not how you look.
Exactly. And America started out with that based on merit, and theoretically, it was supposed to work. In practice, it did not, which is why you have these different programs of affirmative action, DEI, and the Civil Rights Act, because they were not working. You cannot ignore that these policies were created to counteract racism. A counteract to racism is not racism in itself.
Well, I reject the premise, and I will say this. If you do something racist on top of something racist, that doesn't make the second racist action good. Because if you discriminate against white people to say that we're fighting racism, then that's not a good idea. But instead, I think you can agree that when we build a society like college admissions or job applications, we should say no quotas and just merit. You agree?